This world is beautiful, but it is also temporary. Every generation faces its own tests. Some are tested with poverty, some with wealth, some with hardship, others with comfort. For many people today, one of the greatest tests is distraction. Distraction is not always something obviously sinful. Sometimes it comes wrapped in excitement. Sometimes it comes as endless entertainment. Sometimes it comes through the constant stream of news, sports, social media, games, shopping, celebrities, or the never-ending race for status and recognition. None of these things are necessarily forbidden in themselves. But when they become the center of our lives, they begin to pull our hearts away from Allah. The Quran reminds us that this worldly life is a temporary enjoyment. Our real destination is the hereafter. Yet many of us spend far more time preparing for a career than preparing for the day we will stand before Allah. We know the schedules of tournaments, but we forget the times of Salah. We remember the names of famous athletes, but we struggle to remember the meaning of the Quran. We celebrate victories that last a few days, but we neglect deeds whose rewards last forever. Consider the excitement surrounding major sporting events such as the FIFA World Cup. Millions gather to watch. Families stay awake late into the night. Conversations revolve around scores, players, and predictions. For many people, it is simply a form of lawful recreation and a chance to enjoy time with family and friends. Islam does not forbid lawful recreation or sports. However, it teaches that everything should remain in its proper place. If entertainment causes us to delay or neglect Salah, if it weakens our remembrance of Allah, if it consumes our thoughts more than the Quran, then the problem is no longer the event itself. The problem is what it has become in our hearts. History offers an interesting lesson. In ancient Rome, rulers organized grand public spectacles and games to entertain the population. Historians often describe this with the phrase bread and circuses. The idea was that entertainment could sometimes reduce public attention to other issues. That historical example reminds us to think carefully about how our attention is directed. It does not mean that every modern event exists to deceive people, but it does invite us to ask ourselves an important question. What controls my attention? Who controls my time? What occupies my heart? The same question applies to social media. A person opens a phone intending to spend 5 minutes. An hour disappears, then another. Before long, the Quran remains unopened. Dhikr is forgotten. Family conversations become shorter. Our hearts become accustomed to constant stimulation. Modern technology is a blessing when used wisely. Through it we can learn Islam, read the Quran, listen to beneficial lectures, stay connected with family, and help others. But the same technology can also become a source of endless distraction if we use it without discipline. The believer learns to control technology instead of allowing technology to control him. The same is true of wealth. Money itself is not evil. Many of the righteous companions of the Prophet ﷺ were wealthy. What mattered was that wealth stayed in their hands, not in their hearts. The same is true of success. Islam encourages excellence. Work hard, study well, build businesses, develop useful skills, help society, but never let success replace sincerity. The same is true of fame. People spend years chasing followers, likes, applause, and recognition. Yet on the day of judgment, none of these numbers will matter. Allah will not ask how many followers we had. He will ask how faithfully we worshipped Him. He will ask how honestly we lived. He will ask how we treated His creation. The believer understands that Shaitan does not always call people directly toward major sins. Sometimes he distracts people little by little. A few more minutes of entertainment. A little less time for prayer. A little less time for the Quran. A little less gratitude. A little less remembrance. until months and years pass without the person realizing how far their heart has drifted. That is why Islam teaches balance. Enjoy what Allah has made lawful. Play sports, spend time with family. Relax after fulfilling your responsibilities. Celebrate joyful occasions. But never let recreation become more important than worship. Never let entertainment replace remembrance. Never let temporary excitement make you forget your eternal destination. Every sunrise is one day closer to meeting Allah. Every sunset is one day less from our lives. One day the stadiums will become quiet. The trophies will gather dust. The champions will be remembered only in history books. But every sincere prayer will still be recorded. Every verse of the Quran you recited will still be recorded. Every act of charity will still be recorded. Every sincere repentance will still be recorded. This life is not our final home. We are travelers. And wise travelers prepare for their destination. Ask yourself today, how much time do I give to Allah? How much time do I give to distractions? If the balance is not where it should be, today is the perfect day to begin changing it. Not by abandoning every worldly activity, but by putting Allah first. When Allah comes first, everything else finds its proper place. That is the balance Islam teaches. That is the path that leads to success in this life. And, by Allah's mercy, success in the hereafter.